Going live, and we're live. Yes, we are on the West Coast, or the left coast, you could call it. Fish fat, you. So it's Crypto Hulk here, and my channel is called Crypto Hulk. Jew F baby, then G. Ibrahim Arab, Uncle Philly, Waffler. He's got his clapping, Great Brit, and he's got some wine. XRP fan, sup? Okay, this is Crypto Hulk. I'm here. I provide basic to about intermediate crypto information. I make a video when I think that there's news worthy of it. I'm not sponsored. I'm not paid to do this, so I don't have to make videos to make sponsors happy. Got it? I don't have any contracts with anybody except me, myself, and I. I'm strictly here to help you, new people, navigate quickly through the crypto space to find out basically what's going on. There's zero hype on this channel. I just tell you very plainly how I look at stuff, in hopes that if you want to invest, you'll make your own decision on which cryptos to get, how much you want to spend. I don't get into chart analysis here, none of that stuff. I just try to bring up real world news and some common sense. And between those two, you can kind of figure out what's going to happen. But bam, a lot of times in crypto, you get sideswiped. And that's just the way it is. So you can't actually predict the damn thing. So with that, I'll give the disclaimer because I think one time I forgot. So I'm not a financial advisor. My name's Crypto Hulk. Doesn't sound like a financial advisor name to me. Let's see. Everything I say on this channel is my imagination. It's a total lie. Don't do a fucking thing I say. All right? Just watch this for whatever kind of entertainment you can get out of it. Got it? And if you listen to something that I say for you to do and you get financially wrecked, then sucks being you. That's just how it goes here on the Crypto Hulk. If you're offended by things that I say, or you don't like, you can't handle the cuss words, or maybe me drinking alcohol on the channel, then it's probably not the best channel for you. Got it? Okay. Because, yeah, when you're in the military and stuff, I got out of the military like 7 years ago. I got the foul mouth. I quit the smoking, and but I still like to drink beer. So, and what I love the most is making easy fucking money. Got it? Too fucking easy. I invested in crypto about a year ago. I bought all my crypto pretty much a year ago, maybe 4 months ago. I bought a little bit of VeChain, but my investment at one point has been up 800%. So in the investment world, if you have a good mutual fund, I want to say if you make 10 to 15% a year, that's pretty good. So I probably made, I don't know, 60 years of investments in 1 year. Pretty fucking good. Now, there's people who can make a ton more than me. That's fine. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying, if you take some simple advice that you hear from the live chats, or something I might say or answer a question, it's going to help you, if you choose to, make a lot of money. I've made a lot, but I'm going to try to hold out for insane amounts of money, really insane fucking rich money. Got it? That's what I'm in for. I'm not in for trying to sell off or take a profit on a $1.94 XRP or whatever cryptos you guys are in. Oh yeah, here's another thing. I don't care what cryptos you're in, honestly. I mean, there's a couple that don't look like they're going to be around too long, Bitcoin and Ethereum. But there's other cryptos that are going to take their places and stuff. But you know what? Maybe those two will be around. They just won't have that glorious, exalted status that they have been having. So, you know, we're still going to make money off of them and stuff, different cryptos. So that's kind of how the channel goes. So I like being interactive. I'm not going to just get right to the point in 5 minutes and end the video. See, if you want that, go to the other channels that last like 10 minutes or 12 or 15. And I'm not putting them down because I listen to them too. And maybe they'll go through like 15 or 20 news stories in 15 minutes, right? And they're like, well, got to keep moving, got to keep moving. Then watch that channel because this one's not that. This one is where I get to, you know, interact with the live chat. I like it. I think it's fun. I like to see, you know, some guy told me he like doubled his money in the past month. He sent me a message. That's cool. So that's why I do this. This is my chance and your chance to interact or whatever, and the little stuff that I know, and I'm not a crypto genius. I already told you I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just some guy that makes videos. That's pretty much the summation of what's up. So speaking of what's up, let me see who's in the live chat here. Again, some people just keep coming back. I don't get it. Uncle Philly. Okay, Maria V is here. Hi, Hulk. Good to see you. Okay, moderators, at any time, if people start talking about dumb shit, just get them off the channel, please. And then also, moderator, if you got 5 minutes a day, I'd really appreciate you going into the different messaging places on the Crypto Hulk page. Spend 5 minutes and get spam out, okay? Really, really helps. Veronica Rosario is here. Fam G. I mean, I do everything Mr. Hulk does or says. I'm already gained out. Well, I give you stuff to think about. You guys make your own decision on what you do. So that's what I want. Honestly, I want you to listen to different people, get different viewpoints, and then listen to mine. And then after you hear all that, you ultimately make your own decision on what you want to do, okay? That's great, because there's like each channel has their own strengths and weaknesses, like the good and the bad. So yeah, just do that. Have a good perspective, a full perspective. That's what I like. All right. Oh yeah, the Doge thing. Dogecoin. Oh my God. Easy money is wonderful. Underpass 61 is here. Hey Hulk. Kenny Camshaft. Make the crypto company beg for regulations. Thanks for your service. Oh, Nicholas Hiller had 17 years. Hey, I did my 4. I was going to do more. I got in the military, believe it or not, at age 39, almost 40. And I was a 13 Fox, which was a forward observer. Very, very, very difficult position I got in. Since I had a college degree, I was almost going to go into MEDAC and become an Army social worker my remaining 16 years in the military and be an O1E. Just chose not to. The Army life is hard, man. I don't care if you're an officer or enlisted. It's just not cool. In my younger days, I would have joined the Air Force and knocked out 20, 30 in the Air Force. But that's the Army shit, man. It's too hard. But, you know, whatever. I fucking did it. And it was the hardest thing I've ever done. EGs, what up, Hulksters? So, Patriot Talker. These fucktards are going to have a meeting on Thursday. Let's see what the hell is going to come out of this. Ex-Puerto Rican says that. So, yeah, the way they call it like a sunshine meeting or something. So, here's what's up. So, the SEC, now, I'm not completely certain, so I don't mind if people help me out on this. So, because I was busy today. Didn't have a whole lot of time at news. The SEC is going to have some kind of meeting coming up, and I guess they're going to go over all their cases and decide which ones they should expedite, meaning hurry up and either do something with it or cut it loose or whatever. So that's, hey, look, you don't need to be a fucking genius to figure this one out, or a lawyer. But the SEC's case in this Ripple deal is a fucking mess. So if you want to save face, SEC, and still have an ounce of dignity, instead of being that person that's passed around at the party because they're so drunk they don't know what's going on, that's you, the SEC. Get out while you're ahead, okay? Save yourself some face. I was into the Navy, 16 or 20. I've been out now for a few months. Army, crypto czar, 17. Army life is tough. Yeah. I don't regret one single time in the Army. It was hard as hell. Fuck. But it's just a hard life, man. You're gone half the time and shit. For real. You go on a year deployment. You go on all these fucking training missions, and you got to do the fucking 24-hour shifts. I forgot what they called that shit. You got to stay awake for 24 hours and shit. Guard duty or whatever the fuck it was. I'm so sick of that fucking stupid ass shit. But you know what? I did it. I served my country. So fuck it. Let's move on. Thanks for your service. You're welcome. Veronica Rosario. What country? So Kenny the Camshaft says, what country we moving to when rich? I'll get back to you on that. God, I don't know. I want to move somewhere. I don't know about you, but I don't know about these big government. It's just, they're fucking stupid now, It seems like they're trying to, I don't care what government is, take away everybody's rights and shit and just make us all fucking slaves. So it's I want to go to a country where the government's weak as fuck and they don't put a bunch of burdens on people. And I guess if you can bribe them enough, then they don't fuck with you or something. I guess that's probably where I'm more than likely probably maybe going to end up. Then you got to worry about crime and shit. Some people are like, hey, go to Brazil. But it's I don't know, man. It's I just want to go to a country where they fucking leave you alone. And they don't have too much crime. And then, I don't know. I don't know where that would be. I mean, shit, I'll just move to fucking Cook Islands, Tahiti, Bora Bora, some shit. Way out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean where there's no fucking gang members and no crime or none of that fucking shit. And just eat coconuts every day. And fish. I guess I could eat fish, but then if they pollute the oceans, then I'm fucked. But I don't know, man. I'm seriously thinking about one of those tropical islands out there. For real. They don't have to deal with all the city council and senators and all this fucking Congress people trying to rip us off and shit. Yeah, there's no army in Costa Rica, right? You want to fight SEC? Buy more XRP. Yeah, if you want to fight the SEC, buy XRP. I think I'll move to Mexico and grow tequila and then own a Corona bottling company. Then I got to deal with the drug lords, right? I guess I got to pay those guys off. No matter where you go, you're going to get fucked, all right? You just have to find the place where you're not going to get ripped off as much. Unfortunately, that's how I think it is in the world. So, okay, Seychelles would be great. Odinga, Mobutu. Seychelles Island would be great. I can't figure out where to buy XRP because I'm in Washington State. Well, I mean, you got BitTrue and Uphold. Those are the only two that I know of. Some people said maybe crypto.com. I think you got to buy their crypto coin. CRO. I think it's called CRO. And then you can trade it into, I think all those exchanges I just mentioned, I think you got to buy something and then trade it into XRP. look, I bought mine over a year ago when it was like 18 cents, so I don't keep up on that shit anymore. I bought all my XRP and I'm done. Cocoa, frozen coconut. Yeah, everything I'm gonna eat there is gonna have like a fucking coconut in it. KuCoin. You could always get a Canadian exchange. We have XRP available. Okay, so Uncle Philly82 is talking about a Canadian exchange. So who's ever interested in that can chat back and forth with Uncle Philly in Canada. Let me check. Exodus wallet, you buy something and trade in. I bought mine on Coinbase. So I love fixing cars. Says something about Exodus wallet, then you can buy something there and then I guess trade it into XRP. So there's another option. United Kingdom, if we win Hulk, I will invite you to London, dude. London, only during the summer. Right? London gets cold, man. Yeah, that's phenomenal. Uncle Philly. Okay. So, one of the things I was looking at as far as news is, okay, so I'm a little irritated, well, a lot irritated, but I have to just try to be a little just to maintain my sanity. But it's like the more I'm really looking around now, everything's manipulated. So even as much as you study shit or whatever, the elite are going to do what the fuck they want. And you may watch something real close and then boom, everything, it just makes a hard right turn. It's like following a car down the road that's going 25. It's almost like if the cops are following you. Now, if you're on a motorcycle, I'm not speaking from experience, but it's almost as if you're driving, you're kind of speeding, and then you see a cop behind you, so you slow down a little. You think it's a cop, or I don't know, you don't know. And then you follow all the rules, and then right when they light you up, you're like, fuck it. You downshift one or two, and you just boom, you take off, and then hoo-wee. But that's kind of like how the crypto space is, man. This is when you think everything is going good, and then boom, you got to make a right turn real quick because you just get some bad news. All of a sudden, oh, this crypto thing is getting taken over, or you're like, oh, damn, so you got to switch out your crypto because everybody's talking shit about Bitcoin and Ethereum right now or whatever. But anyhow, I heard this morning that the judge in the Ripple lawsuit is going to answer Ripple's request for the SEC emails and communication regarding Bitcoin and Ethereum. This will be a very delicate decision. I don't expect the judge to honor this because it will show corruption and fraud in the USA. Okay, so about a week ago or something like that, I was saying how when they have that next court date, if they go over Ripple's request to have all the information on the SEC and what the hell were they doing with Bitcoin and Ethereum, giving them free passes from getting in trouble. And it's like, but they never said nothing about it at this last court date. And I was like, how the hell? See what I'm saying? Like, you can think logically how things should happen, and they just don't. Like that should have been one of the things they talked about. But oh no, they just kind of let that go, right? And they discussed other things. And it almost made it sound like, and now the latest news is now the SEC wants to sue the Ripple customer or the XRP customers like us. They want to sue us, but they're supposed to protect us. Now, get this. The SEC slaps Ripple with the lawsuit to protect us, and they don't represent us. It's kind of like they're that step parent that claims that they love us or something, but they fucking hate us, right? But they try to make it look like it, but we're trying to get away from them. They're trying to give us a hug, and we're like, oh, this is getting too weird. Yeah, this SEC fucking nobody loves. SEC, look, let's just be real, okay? Because you represent investors, and investors, well, you claim you represent, well, maybe you do represent investors. The SEC represents the rich investors. Okay, that's true. Okay. And us little people, SEC, you do not represent us, dumbasses, okay? That's why we had John Deaton trying to help us, because the SEC only hurts us. Let me check here in some comments real quick. Nice way of putting it. What's up with Jed selling XRP and then Ripple sending him more? Okay, now that's a good question. I'm going to go over that one too. Trisha Hollowell, what is up with Jed selling XRP and then Ripple sending him more? I'm going to hold that. I'm going to finish up this first little news point here, and then I'm going to go right to that question, because there's something there I want to go over. A little conspiracy or something. So again, we haven't heard anything about the judge answering Ripple's request, because Ripple and like you and me, like the whole normal world, well, except the news media and all the Congress people that are bribed, but the whole normal world in the United States, working people like us that are poor, we want to know how come it's taken us so long to get rich? Why is Bitcoin mysteriously allowed to be sold? No one knows who the fuck made it. That doesn't seem weird, does it? I mean, you got the companies spending. Companies are spending, some of them billions of dollars, buying something. We don't know who the fuck made it. Does that make sense? Answer, no. And then you have Ethereum. Hello, Ethereum. That guy who created it, the clenbuterol guy, was just on the internet showing he's the youngest crypto billionaire. So, well, gee, you know how we got rich? By selling illegal securities, SEC, cocksuckers that are not doing their jobs, okay? SEC officials that are taking bribes from Chinese companies, just saying, no big deal, right? That's how that asshole got rich, okay? Now, it's okay. Oh, and all the the SEC people taking bribes from the crypto Chinese companies and stuff, that's okay too. But for you and me to try to come up, make 10, 20, 100 grand, no. But you got William Tillman, or whatever the fuck his name is, he can make $15 million from a crypto company, and that's on top of his SEC salary. Gee, that must be nice. That rant's over. So what she was saying was that, now this is interesting. Next topic is from you guys. So Jed McCaleb started XRP, from what I understand. He helped make it, and then he left, and then he made Stellar. So they're very similar protocols, all right? Now, my question is this. A lot of the stuff we don't know. I know that when Jeb left, they signed some kind of legal contract. I think the dude got like 2 or 4 billion with a B, 2 or 4 billion XRP. Hold on, that one's making me thirsty. Damn, love that shit. So let's say this guy gets 4 billion. Can you imagine that? 4 billion? Like, that number's so fucking big, I don't even think it'll fit in his brain. Probably won't. 4 billion. Now, my thing was like this. Now, maybe he has to sell. There's some shit going on here. Okay, it's not just the fact that he's selling them. It's like, okay, why is he selling them? It almost seems like he's in a rush. Is there something we should know about? See, that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes I'll give you guys the news, and then that I hear on another channel or what I read, and then I want to bring up to you 10 questions for every one answer that we find out, because there's a whole lot of weird a whole lot of weird stuff going on in crypto that just, like the news, like I said, never investigates anything about Bitcoin or Ethereum for like, oh, fuck, past 13 years. Nobody's interested. The FBI, CIA, Department of Homeland Security, nobody investigates who the fuck is making Bitcoin. Also, where the fuck is Gary Gensler for the past 4 months? No one's answering that fucking question. Yeah, he makes a cameo here and there, but what about this clarity shit? Okay, but back to the question. So it's strange how Jeb, like every 2 weeks or every week or whatever it is, dude's selling the XRP. But it's like, if you know that shit's going to be worth a ton of money, why are you selling? Right? Why are you selling that shit? He's been selling it ever since. So why are you selling it when it's 15 cents, 4 billion, billion, and then you sell it when it's like 70 cents, and then $1.50. If it was me, I'd be waiting for that shit to hit like $500 or something, then just sell it off, and I'll have like trillions with a T. So this is what I don't get. And it appears he's going to run out by summer, and he's selling this shit. Now, if it was you and me, if we've already sold, I'm just saying, 3 billion XRP. I mean, we'd kind of have enough to last till summer, right? Okay. You're selling off 3 billion. I would wait for that last fucking billion to where XRP hits $100, and I would sell that shit, and then I'd have like 10 trillion. Do you follow me? Like, I don't know. Isn't that normal? Like, shit, okay, yeah, I'd burn up 1 billion of them or 2 or 3, but I'd save that last billion for when XRP really moons. Why are you selling all that shit before it moons? That's my question. Maybe somebody knows the answer, so I'm going to look for that because I'm too fucking stupid to know. Why would I sell all my XRP before it moons? So maybe I might get a question from you guys. I mean, an answer. I don't know. Tom H. He has to sell. He's contracted to do so as the term set when he left. Okay, that makes sense. Got it. So he's got to get rid of it all. It's because we want you to buy XRP. He's probably being forced to sell it. Okay. SEC are not settling with XRP until Jeb finishes. So, okay, Miguel Castillo, I was thinking that same thing. Miguel Castillo says SEC are not settling with XRP until Jeb finishes selling his XRP. I was thinking the same damn thing too. And that, so check it out. If we're thinking the same thing, this shit might not be over until like the end of summer or whatever. So don't expect the moon next week. It could. I don't know. Like I'm saying, I got all these questions and I'm just not understanding. Chris Ryan says, can only sell so much every day. Maybe he's selling to the banks and getting the REI, return, I don't know, REL early. I don't know. I don't think he has to get rid of it. Contract says he can only sell certain amounts relevant to the price. I've heard that too. ADHD, like it has to be a certain price and then he can sell. Well, whatever it is, it doesn't appear that he's going to wait until it moons. That's just interesting why they put that in. Honestly, I don't know why. They didn't allow him to have a certain amount to sell when it moons. And I'm not going to answer a question on when do I think it's going to moon. You got to listen to what we're talking about right now, or maybe this stuff is just too much over your head for that. I woke up today more confused than ever about crypto. Gustavo G. I woke up today more confused than ever about crypto. What the fuck? LOL. Absolutely. You're not supposed to understand it. I think Well, obviously, we're not running shit. So they make up rules. Let me go to my next news thing here. JP Morgan is working with a Singaporean bank with now listen to this, super fast cross-border ability, and it mentions something about, like, I think satellites. Sounds like cross-border super fast stuff. Now, I remember seeing a World Economic Forum paper or something like that, and it listed these three companies: XRP, XLM, and the JP Morgan coin. So now remember the three little pigs. You've got 80% of the world right now in the United States, and money around the world is getting transferred by Citibank, JP Morgan, and Household Bank. Those are the three little pigs. The JP Morgan coin was mentioned in that World Economic Forum paper or whatever. So JP Morgan's going to be a player in this. I showed you guys that diagram the other day too. JP Morgan is in there with the R3 crypto called XDC, and you have XRP and XLM and all that. Those are going to be the big players. And here we have the news showing us JP Morgan is working with a Singaporean bank with super fast cross-border ability. JP Morgan doesn't want to give up its power in the crypto world. That, in my opinion, would be one of the reasons why stuff is so slow, is they are trying to slow this shit down because they want to be a part of the action when it happens, okay? I honestly think the Ripple, XRP, it's all ready to go with everybody. You have friction. And why do we have friction? Because the legacy banks and money-changing people don't want to give up their control, and they know it's coming. So now what's going on, everything, like the Miguel guy, Gustavo G's like, he's more confused. Here's the reason, Gustavo G. One of the biggest reasons are the legacy banks. They don't want to give up their control. Got it? So at first they would just bribe the government people. So Citibank, JP Morgan, and Household Bank were bribing your government officials and the SEC to not do anything as far as clarity. The SEC was being also, so they're double dipping. They're also being bribed by Chinese crypto mining companies that would pay them up to, 15, well, the lawyers or whatever it is. The Chinese crypto mining companies will also call lawyers or whatever the fuck you want to call them, the criminals. We'll just call them the criminals. So the criminals are paying some of these SEC guys $15 million over the course of 3, 4, 5 years, bribing them. And that's the reason, Gustavo, that nothing is kind of happening, or sometimes it seems like XRP is going backwards and all that stuff, is because you got like a JP Morgan working on a cross-border payment crypto, and they want to make sure they're getting in on this too. So now they're purposely slowing shit down so that they're in the right place when it takes off. Got it? That's at least what I think. Let me check the comments to see if I'm on the right track. So you've got SpaceX. SpaceX is sending these satellites, which I think everybody pretty much knows it's going to be like the quantum financial system running on quantum computers in space. And the reason is quantum computers get super, super hot. Nobody's officially mentioned this, all right? So this is going to be Crypto Hulk's opinion. But you guys already know. Elon Musk is working with the government. I say Department of Defense and that kind of thing, Homeland Security, whatever it might be called. That's who started this whole XRP thing or whatever, is our government. Brad Garlinghouse has said in meetings in the early days, you'd have Department of Defense people sitting in cryptocurrency meetings and stuff. That's a fucking clue right there. So all these, and then with the Space Force and shit that started during Trump's I guess he officially started. Maybe it was worked on before then, but he officially launched it or whatever. Because that Space Force thing, it's all going to that. Got it? And actually, I heard again that PayPal was in 2013. I think Digital Asset Investors said something like this, where PayPal has some sort of space pay or wait, so it's something to do with the outer space and crypto and shit like that. And we all know that Elon Musk started with Peter Thiel or something, started PayPal. So you know what? All this is together. Got it? The PayPal shit where they're starting to take crypto now for payments. The Elon Musk, the Department of Defense, the satellites, the 5G is going to be beamed down everywhere in the world. Your phone, they will, anywhere you could be in the middle of the Sahara Desert and get a signal, say, yeah, I'd like to order pizza. But you could be literally anywhere and link up the dominoes. Now, it may take you forever to get that pizza, but what I'm saying is these satellites, like, here's my opinion. You're not going to see, like, a real moon. You're going to see a sucker pump, and that's all you're going to see. And it might be pretty cool, maybe a $50 XRP or 100 or something. But I'm talking about a real moon. You're not going to see that shit until you got the satellites fully going, all the world's banks and stuff, all the money linked up in that, and then flick that switch, and then bam, that 100 goes to 1,000. I was watching a guy the other day. He seemed pretty legit. He's talking about a $10,000 XRP. He didn't seem to hype it. He was kind of a soft-spoken guy in explaining it, and I was like, damn, that actually makes sense. But yeah, all that stuff, Gustavo, is like, here's what my belief is, that just because you invest in a crypto does not mean it's going to go up when you want. Got it? That's how the immature thing. Well, I just invested last week. Why is it going down? Oh, shit. See, that's fucked up. Okay, the way you think like that. And I'm not going to mention any names or whatever. Why do you, that's like a toddler. I mean, I took a lot of psychology. I almost have a degree in it. I got an English degree and almost a organizational leadership master's degree. But when I think back to my psychology classes, like, toddlers are very egocentric. So toddlers think they cause everything in the world. Whatever happens, a little baby toddler is 2 or 3, think that the world revolves around them. And a lot of crypto investors, especially the brand new ones, they'll get into crypto, they'll put down $50, and 2 weeks later, they're like, why am I not a millionaire? I'm like, what the fuck? All right, I put down $400. 2 weeks later, shit, it's only worth $1,200. That's all. Because that's usually a 3-year gain right there in a normal stock market, 10, 15% a year. So you're looking at like 3 years worth of gains in 2 weeks, and you're fucking pissed. See, so don't ask me these stupid ass questions. When are we going to moon and all that? Because that's what I've been explaining since, I don't know, the past 15 minutes. It's these rich people, you guys, are calling the shots. So instead of bitching about stuff, if you see a crypto like XRP go from $1.94 down to $1.40, that's the time where probably you'd want to get some while it's cheap. And just with any crypto out there, right? Any of these cryptos, Doge went up to 20 or 40, and then it dropped down to 20 again. That's the time to buy, because now it's up to 50. You see? So I'm just saying, like, that's how it works. I'm going to check some comments. Alrighty then. Let's put the economy on the brink. Use my hardware to keep all the money in it. I mean, the banks are connected to them. They're like the financial kings. Firewatch. Yeah. Jordan Jermaine. I hated that fucking Firewatch. Dumb shit. Fort Sill. Yeah, I had to go to Fort Sill. I started off at Fort Knox, Kentucky for basic combat training, and then went to AIT at Fort Sill. And then somebody busted in the fucking Coke machine or whatever it was. Like, fuck, dude, really? You're going to do that shit in the military? We all had to stay in the break room, like all 50 of us, and walk around in a circle all fucking night because somebody tried to reach their hand up in and pull out a fucking Coke at Fort Sill. I was like, fuck, dude. And I was already 39 years old, but I'm like, dude, you're at least 18 or more. You're on a military fucking base in training to be a soldier, and you're going to steal a fucking soda or a Gatorade or whatever the fuck they stole, a Monster drink, while you're in advanced individual training. I was like, fuck my life. That was the worst fucking fire watch I ever had to do. Being in a room with like 40 cadets and we're walking slowly in a circle, keeping guard of the fucking soda pop machine for like the whole fucking night. You know? It was unreal. Wow. You read some comments. Good info, though. Hulk, serious shit. I am a newbie doing crypto. Sabrina Earth Angel. Watch all my videos very quickly, and then it'll break this stuff down real quick for you. Doge. You know, okay, Nicholas Hiller. I'm selling all the Doge while Musk goes on Saturday Night Live. Probably will reach its max at that point. To watch of a soda, what a job. Let's see. Can you store XTC on a ledger? There's only certain places. All Pro Marine. You can't store XDC on a ledger. Only XDCE. I guess he sent XDC. There's some kind of wallet thing for XDC. I forgot. Somebody told me. I don't remember shit like that because I don't have XDC. Wish I did. But then again, I wish I had more money. Number one waffler. He's a moderator. If you think XRP is too high now, get XLM. Yes, absolutely. That's a great idea. I mean, I told somebody, sell their Doge now to get XLM. But you guys do what you want, all right? Be watching this one late. Hodl Dogecoin. I am doing all right, made some money. I'm only on Coinbase, but I'm picking up quick. XRP will be number one, being deflationary. Decent. So CryptoZar says Decent. I guess that's a wallet. It's D and then CENT. Yeah, I think somebody said that yesterday. Scruffy Scruffington says XDC on Decent. Well, so does H22. Well, then there you have it. Those are the experts. Oh my God. I never heard Ripple mentioning CNN. You know what? Like XLM. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I do prefer certain ones. And what I don't want to do, if I only talk about certain ones, it's because I have a very limited knowledge of cryptos, all right? The first time this is for new people. If you've been around a while, you've already heard me say this like probably about 100 times. But when I first bought my crypto, I picked one crypto, probably something you're not supposed to do, but I just dumped everything I had into one, all right? Then after about 4 months, I bought another one. So I've got probably 85% of my money in one and then 15% in the other. But I was just so convinced with my XRP. I was like, fuck. And I studied them and watched so many videos over the whole year. Like, I'm fine with that. You know, I don't want other people to do that per se, but I did it. But the XLM, I feel very confident. Now it's cheap. It's like 53 cents or something, at least the last time I saw it. And if Dogecoin, hey, look, if Dogecoin, now Dogecoin, God, I'm not putting it down, although I know I kind of seem like I am. But in my opinion, if the guy that made XRP or helped with Ripple and all that leaves and goes to Stellar, the dude's sharp. Jed McCaleb's fucking genius. So it's like, don't look at the price always. Just because it's 50 cents, maybe it was higher. Now it's at, you know, XLM was at 53 cents the other day or something. Like, that doesn't fucking matter. A genius made that. And if it was just me alone, I'm not telling nobody nothing, but I would make my money off Doge and put that shit into XLM, okay? Just because that document from either the IMF or the World Economic Forum had XRP, XLM, and the JP Morgan coin as examples of the best cross-border money transfer stuff. And I'll, like, just for me personally, if they had a JP Morgan coin, then I would probably get it if I could afford it. I would get that, XLM, and the JP Morgan coin because that document says that in there, okay? But just my opinion only, all right? I mean, look, if you got into Doge at a penny and then went to 50 cents, holy fuck, dude, that's a lot of money. You just made like a ton, you know? So none of these other cryptos have really done that shit. So I'm not knocking Doge completely. It's just I just personally feel safer with an XLM, but that's all. But what do I know, right? Pulled out my initial capital from XRP and reinvested into XLM, VeChain, Algo, and a few others. Playing with house money. Yeah, Harp87. I don't even know if there is a JP Morgan coin for sale. The JP Morgan coin might just be for JP Morgan customers, like banks and shit. XLM isn't deflation. Oh, okay. Something I wanted to bring up, and it was not on my news. Is that how can we put this? So Ripple today, this might be my last news story. I got like a full page on the back of this paper, but I only got about 13 minutes left. Let's go over this one. This is kind of a big deal. Not kind of, it is. The Russian story to me is a big fucking deal. How Russia is going to decide on their own. I heard that today. Russia wants on their own, like they don't care. If we kick them out of SWIFT, they don't care. I think they're going to get into crypto and use it, and that's going to set off all this crypto shit, in my opinion. If they do that, the rest of the world is going to watch them, and if they ain't tripping, then boom, everyone else is that's going to start this crypto thing like crazy. But here's the thing I was thinking of. Okay, so you've got President Joe Biden's secretary was asked about crypto regulation. She didn't want to answer it. She kind of deferred it to the Treasury or something like that. That's a big deal right there, okay? Jen, whatever her name is, I think it's Jen, I don't know. But she said something like had something to do with the Treasury. And it got me thinking like, whoa. And a lot of people, this is old news, maybe a week ago, something like that. Now today, check this out. This is big. Is Ripple hired 2 Treasury people. One of them was a lady who used to sign the bills. Like if you look at a $20 bill or something like, I was listening to Digital Asset Investor on this one. And the lady that Ripple hired two of them, but one of them used to sign like the $20 bill or the $5. Her signature is on it. Think about this. This is really time to fucking think. Okay, this is big. Now, for the new people, XRP has always done this. They have a board of directors, okay? These are like experts. And the whole time, people come and go. They leave Ripple. They get signed up with Ripple to work for them. They quit. They sign up. They quit. Why does Ripple do this? It's because they've got the best fucking team in the world. When Ripple encounters a problem, they hire the best Okay, if Ripple has a problem in Brazil, Ripple hires an ex-Brazilian president or bank president. Got it? If Ripple has a problem in fucking Russia, they hire the I don't know, top banking person in Russia, whatever it is. So in this case, Ripple's having a problem getting regulation and this and that. So what do? They hire a former treasury person that wrote the fucking bills. Her signature was on the bills. I can't imagine. Do you see how awesome this is? They hired two treasury people, and one of them used to sign the $20 bills and stuff. We're talking see, that's why it didn't take me long. When I studied XRP, I was seeing all this shit, and I was like, damn, that's how I knew right away that Bitcoin and Ethereum were not the ones. There was nothing else. And then now, after I've studied XRP a whole year, I've just seen this over and over and over and over. And it's like, that's how I dumped everything into one crypto, XRP, at first. Because I was like, I've clearly seen how Ripple, the company, hires the best people in the world to get shit done. You know, they don't hire C students from the community college. They go after the best fucking people in the world, and Ripple hires them to complete a project. They finish that project, and it ends, okay? Let me check a couple comments on this. If you have kids by XRP and never sell your kids, are going to the best college and university. So I'll have to check these comments later. So Ripple just hired like the best treasury person like you could ever imagine at a time that they need it, because here's what I'm going to say, and I know all you guys must feel the same way. I think Ripple and XLM, XDC, JP Morgan coin are all going to be determined to be currencies. Okay, they're not going to fall under the SEC. Gary Gensler won't do a thing with any of the ones I just mentioned. This is my opinion. I guess I could be wrong, but you know what? I put myself out there because that's what I do. But I couldn't possibly see any of these cryptos that I mentioned falling under the SEC. It's like me buying Ford stock and then trying to go to Starbucks to buy coffee. Hey, I'll trade you two Fords, or I'll trade you half a Ford stock for that coffee drink. Like, it doesn't work, right? And then you got to sit there and sometimes wait 30 minutes or 4 hours for a Bitcoin to clear. Same thing with Ethereum. Okay, so the reason Gary Gensler, this is my opinion, hasn't done a damn thing is because the Treasury is going to do this global. It's all going to be global, okay? XRP, XLM, it's not just going to be, it's going to be a global currency, I think, that every single country in the world will use, okay? And the world's going to run on XRP, XLM, XDC, JP Morgan coin, Algo. That diagram I showed you, the world is going to run on those cryptos, okay? I'm not saying they're going to be the only cryptos, but if you want money transfers and moving money around the world and shit, those are going to be your top currencies, okay? And there might be others that they'll throw in, but I'm just going by the government documents that I've seen from International Monetary Fund, World Economic Forum, this and that. Those ones that I just named are going to be the currencies the currencies that the whole world runs on. Now, everything else is going to end up falling under SEC. Got it? And that's kind of how I'm looking at this. Ripple hires the best treasury person because they already know they're going to be a currency. They didn't hire Gary Gensler to run on their board of directors or anybody. Ripple hires two treasury people because XRP, XLM, XDC, JP Morgan Coin, Algo, all those will be currencies. That's why they're hiring a currency person, two people. Got it? So that's what's up right now, why this shit's taking so long, part of the reason. Polysign, somebody brought that up. I'd like to talk about it. I've got 5 minutes. Okay. The eighth gate. Polysign is an interesting coin. David Schwartz, the quantum genius, is invested in it. It's basically an exchange being made for securitized tokens. I'll tell you what I believe about Polysign, and it's just what I've heard. Okay, number one, if you look up Polysign on the internet, I think it has like a .io, so it's not like polysign.com. I'm almost certain that it's polysign.io or whatever. I'll tell you what, I looked up like a year ago about Polysign, and there's like nothing, they've never tweeted at all. Or they're, you know, if you look up under shit, Twitter and whatever, you can't find anything. They don't say a fucking thing. It's not up until just this week where finally Polysign is saying something. And now, from what I understand, it's kind of like what the eighth gate said. It's kind of like David Schwartz, Arthur Brito, I think Jed McCaleb, Stuart Anderson, I think that's his name or something. I think all those guys started Polysign. And if I didn't mention David Schwartz, that's him. From what I believe, and it's always been secretive, and I've told you guys from the get-go that Polysign was this company where you need now it's a private company. It's not a government company. It's a private company where you've needed a Department of Defense clearance to work there. And if you go to their website, polysign.io or whatever it is, like there's almost nothing there. Like it doesn't tell you a whole lot. Like it barely, I don't even know, if you don't know anything about crypto, you could probably read their website and not know what kind of a fucking company it is. That's how generic Polysign's been everywhere, from Twitter, YouTube, whatever. They're hush hush. They'll almost like never say anything at all. And they started tweeting this week. I think they're activated. What I've said before is it's a government controlled company that's vital to the American way of life and the financial system. Polysign will be the custodian of all the, or I think is right now, of all the 50 billion XRP. And then from Polysign, the Treasury will get control of it by determining that it's some kind of vital for the American, because see, remember the Department of Defense is in this shit, okay? So the Treasury is going to do some kind of special deal where they like seize it or take control of it. The crypto that's locked up, that's dispersed at 1 billion per month, and the Treasury will then give some to the central banks of this country, and then, like I said, I'm totally guessing, but I'm just seeing that the Treasury will then divvy it up to the IMF, who will then shoot it to all the different central banks in the world, because you've got to spread out the XRP evenly. You can't have one company have it all, or it's not going to work. XRP was not meant for hodlers. It was meant, and Brad Gardenhouse said this, like me and you are not the customer of XRP, Ripple. They wanted to give it to us, to the exchange, to kind of divvy out to little people, because that was good when no one wanted it, right? Because then all of us, little people, start buying it, spreading it around everywhere. Because later, when the big whales come in, they'll come in and swoop it all up and not use it. So the goal, I believe, is our Treasury will shoot it to the IMF, who will then distribute it all over the world to the central banks. That's how XRP needs to be used for liquidity. And then boom, the price starts skyrocketing up. Let me check some comments. So they are making their own private bank hoarding. I'm calling $100 XRP after Ripple case and IPO. I sure hope so. Like, we don't know the time frame, okay? We don't know the time frame. You know, and I'm going to close with this because I'm at the 1 hour mark. But we don't know when it's going to moon or none of that stuff, all right? Now, we can look around, like I'm saying, and Ripple hires some treasury people, so we know it's going to be a currency. Currencies are not taxed. I was talking to some guy at the was it the gym or my chiropractor today? But anyhow, I think it was chiropractor, and I said, look, if I go to Thomas Cook in San Francisco, it's a foreign exchange, and I give him $1,000 and say I want 1,000 Mexican pesos, I'm not taxed. I could go to another country, transfer all my money into the Canadian dollar, and when I come back across the United States, I'm not going to be taxed on having Canadian money. Could you imagine the problem of taxing currencies like XRP, XLM, XDC, Algo, JP Morgan, that shit, because you're constantly buying and selling and buying. Dude, the fucking tax thing would get, no, you don't tax currency, okay? You tax securities, commodities, derivatives, shit like that, okay? So my prediction is that you won't be taxed on your XRP and the ones I just mentioned because the Treasury will call them currencies. So you don't tax currencies, all right? It wouldn't make sense to have to keep a running ledger on every fucking thing that you buy. So if you sell your TV, like I'm looking at my computer, if I sell my computer, then someone pays me in crypto, and I want to be taxed if it goes up. That would just not be a whatever. No, you might end up owing more tax money than you actually had. I just don't see cryptos that are considered currencies taxed. All right, that's what I was kind of thinking. If we're going to fall under the United States, then I just don't see us getting taxed. It'd have to be under the SEC to get taxed, not the Treasury. I can't imagine that. So anyhow, we don't know when all this stuff's going down. They're going to figure this out whenever. I'm not trying to unhype anybody or whatever. Let's look at reality. This shit's going to happen when it does. All right. Maybe it's 6 months from now when they get everything going. Maybe it's a year from now. You got to have the whole world connected. Remember, you got to have the whole world connected. You got to have the satellites running 5G, beaming it down all over the place. You got to activate the quantum computers. You got to have all hey, you're going to be rich when you walk into a Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citibank, Bank of the West, U.S. Bank, and you can buy crypto, okay? Check this out. We're not gonna moon before the banks moon. Got it? We're gonna moon last. Don't think for a minute that you're gonna get rich and shit when the banks are not even selling it. That's just not gonna happen, folks. Just telling you. I'm not trying to pop your hopium stuff. I know you watch all these other channels and they're talking about all the charts. Hey man, you know what? I think like 3 weeks ago, the charts were saying we're supposed to be at $5 or $10 now. Now they keep pushing it back. There's one dude today I'm listening to talking all this chart analysis, dumb stuff. And then he's like, and it could push back into 70 cents. Well, first he's talking about going to $5 and $10 next month and shit. Then he's talking about, yeah, it looks like it could go back to 70 cents, but that would be a good thing then. I'm thinking, really, would you shut the fuck up? Like, you're all over the place with the price, dude. You don't follow charts, but all you fucking do every single show you make is talk about the charts. Does that make any fucking sense? It sure doesn't to me. And that's why I don't talk about charts, because that shit's fucking dumb. Okay? You got these assholes saying, yeah, according to here, if we hit the 5th spot and the 6th spot and da-da-da-da-da, and then we're going to be at $10 to $20 according to this guy, not financial advice. And I'm like, would you shut the fuck up with all this? Because all you're trying to do is pump your channel up so that you get all these ratings so your sponsors make you money. That's the only reason they're doing all that fucking dummy ass shit, all right? These chart people are like, yeah, it could go to $10, but it could also, yeah, it looks like it might retrace down to 70 cents. And I'm like, fuck. Do you realize how retarded you sound saying all that chart stuff? I'm like, God, and I got to listen to this fucking stuff too. Damn. So it's going to happen when it does. The banks and everybody else are going to know before you when we moon. Got it? You will be the last one to know. Okay? I will be the last one to know. The banks are going to have all their cryptos lined up. All the financial institutions are going to have all their cryptos lined up before you know. You're not going to get rich before them. I hate to let you know that, but it's just reality. Okay? Next week, and this one dude I'm watching, man, and I got to go because I'm talking too much. But this one asshole I'm listening to last week is like, okay, guys, remember on the 13th, that's something's going to happen. I'm like, dude, are you fucking serious? So they're getting all, see how they're all crazy and shit? What does this mean? Colin Powell or Jerome Powell said this. Tomorrow's the 13th. I think it might be a big deal. And I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up with all that fake hype stuff and trying to show gematria and all that fucking dummy ass shit. Look, this channel's based on solid principles. And that principle is this whole space is fucked up and you can't predict shit. Okay? That's the solid principle. You can't predict a fucking thing. Got it? So what you got to do is go with what you feel and you hope like hell you're right. Okay? Invest in your solid cryptos that you want. Just sit and just wait. Because these motherfuckers are saying next week we're millionaires. Oh, no. We had a retracement. Whoa. All the four, it's almost like all the chart analysis people are lining up, like all the stars and the moon and the yellow clovers and the green rainbows are all lining up at the right amount. Oh, well, yeah, we're going to hit $10 next week. And all of a sudden, oh, sorry, folks, we're at $1.35. Yeah, well, retracements happen, so you got to expect that. Dude, quit showing the stupid chart analysis, dumb shit on YouTube for your ratings so you can make money. Got it? Tired of seeing that shit. Yellow, like Lucky Charms, right? Blue Diamonds, whatever. I haven't eaten Lucky Charms for like 20 years, 30 years. But anyway, I'll see you guys later. I've ranted too much, and I'm done. And I got to read all these live chats here. I'll try to find, I'm not going to mention names of who I was talking about. But anyhow, I'll try to find some news. Hey, if there's some good news tomorrow, I still got a couple news stories I might use for, I'll recycle this news, possibly. If some good stuff comes out tomorrow, I will make a video tomorrow. Remember, I don't make videos just to make them for my sponsors. You're my sponsors, but I'm just not going to make them every day. No hype needed for that stuff. I will see Crypto Poppy. I'll see you guys later. I got to quit looking at those live chats or I'm not going to end up ever getting off this thing.